Right. Welcome, everybody. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Webinar Jam. And we are going to belt it out this evening. We are going to have a look at some case studies, some walking testimonies, which testify the 365 Healthy by Choice range, which is a natural range of food state, nutrient dense, high vibrational nutrients, as well as detoxification, adaptogenic herbs. And we're going to look at alchemy. We're going to look at fermentation products as well. We're even going to have a look at some paramagnetic products as well. And I think, you know, the next couple of weeks, I think what we should do is really make the range alive and really share on all sorts of levels regarding this. And, you know, I'm really very grateful and honored for everybody being here this evening and sharing, because this is the most important thing, especially in times like now when there's a lot of fear associated with lockdown. There's a lot of misinformation. In fact, not even a lot, probably about 90%, 99% even, I would say, is misinformation. And we're sitting here in a situation where we're able to help. We're able to detoxify the body. We're able to nourish the body. We're able to shift somebody from illness to wellness. And that in itself is a huge achievement because we're doing it naturally. So this is, you know, nature at its best. And who are we really to second guess nature and second guess our bodies? Because when a food state nutrient is received by our body, the innate potential to heal kicks in. And that's when we sit back actually and we look at the miracles. And I'm very honored and proud to say that, you know, there's many doctors now, many professionals, many medical people, health practitioners that are joining. They're, you know, very, very keen to come in and be part of a growing company, growing products, where we are making a huge difference. And I'm going to share some testimonials with you that they're walking. You can phone the people and speak to them. So the list really does go on, and I would like to really just share this information with you. It's very, 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 very exciting. So I do have a slideshow which I'm going to pull through. While I'm pulling it through, we've got Jason on the line, and I don't want to keep him because he is a very busy businessman and client, and I'm very fortunate to have met Jason. Just looking for my slide, Jason. Just hold on a second. Let me pull these through, and then we can get on to some testimonials. Where's it gone? I wonder. Hold on a sec. Let me just find it, because this is going to be important for us going further. I think I needed to close it. All right. There we go there. Let me just try and pull it through again. There we go, right there, sitting there waiting for us. Okay, I just thought I'd show you some pictures. As I say, of some real life. Some of them are gruesome. I hope you don't have a huge plate of food in front of you. All right, so we're going to call on Jason now. I'm going to bring Jason through. Jason, thank you so much for joining us. It's a real honor and a privilege to have you here. And, you know, our journey's been, well, more than a year. I would say, yes, about a year and a half, I think. Yeah. And, you know, over to you. Share some good news with us, and let's really give people lots of hope, because we do have the hope. And over to you.
Fantastic. Thank you. I'm absolutely delighted to be in this forum. Thank you, the forum, for joining. I've been in this journey for over 18 months. I think I was in Jane's place for a presentation, and she figured out that I can't sit still. I'm always trying to stretch my neck and stuff. you know, and we spoke about it, which led to the investigation of my situation. And he found out what the situation is like. Also, I already have a high blood pressure and also diabetic situation, which I'm under medication for. Then Jane picked me up right now. I've my sugar is normal and my blood pressure is fantastically normal for the past 1 year and a fraction. And the process is ongoing. I've shedded over 5 kg of weight, and I still have a lot of energy the way I feel. And I think it is a fantastic process. And I always advise my friends, you know, we need to go to those who know. And I'm quite lucky to have met Jane and be part of the 365 Healthy by Choice. Thank you very much.
Oh, Jason, absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
You know, you really are one of the what I call model clients, because Jason really did take the bull by the horns as such, and he really followed everything to the book, and you know, gave me lots of feedback. We went on a long route. We used the cell oxygen vitality oxy minerals. We used Almost Gold, your favorite.
Yeah.
The alchemical product, you know, we used the microbiome reset.
Yeah.
We used the RNA, DNA. We did many quantum SCIO, eductive QUX programs, and we really found it. But I remember right in the beginning, we found pethidine. Do you remember? We found the DDT weed killer.
Yes, yes.
And we kind of traced it back to sort of childhood and spraying and things like that. So
yeah,
that was one of the very severe toxins that was, you know, probably had attacked the nervous system, and that what was, you know, causing Jason to constantly have to try and stretch his neck out and things like that. So, I mean, yeah, it's just been really, really remarkable to see, you know, such beautiful progress. And yeah, okay, Jason, that's just beautiful, and we look forward to many more people. And
fantastic, yeah.
And tell them about the infrared sauna.
Oh wow! And the infrared sauna. Okay, I had COVID some time ago during the early time, the first lockdown, and I quickly phoned Jen because I was scared, and she sent me a big parcel, you know. And I walked out of COVID, and people said they are dizzy after COVID, but I feel like nothing, you know, for me. And the infrared sauna is out of this world. It's incomparable to anything I know. After coming out from the sauna for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, it's like I look forward to it. I'm in Cape Town and I'm coming to Johannesburg. I'm looking forward to the sauna as soon as possible. It makes me feel great. Thank you.
It really does lift the toxins. You know, I always joke with people as well, because as you sit there, you can see down the garden. And, you know, personally as well, I sit there and I can vaguely see the trees and stuff. I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, allow me, but literally within 30 minutes, I can see past the trees. It's just amazing how the toxins, and, you know, we use this for definitely for, this COVID situation. We use it for Lyme's disease. We use it for all kind of spirochetes, rickettsias, to really, you know, remove these fragments, the genetically modified organisms, pathogens, etc. And also the lymphatic system. And there's nothing better than you know, getting rid of the lymphatic buildup. And you know, fatty buildup is a big problem in people today because of us eating so much fried food and things. But, you know, Jason's really focused, and it's just beautiful. It's poetry in motion. And we just watched, you know, week by week, month by month. And, you know, it's just, isn't it a pleasure not to be on medication?
Fantastic, actually. It's unspeakable the way you feel.
Yes, exactly. You see, to be able to throw those packets away, never have to buy them again is just a godsend, I think. So here again is a situation where, you know, naturally through quantum, the electromagnetic quantum field, the bioresonance, biofeedback, and nutrient-dense foods and herbs and so on, we were able to actually restore homeostasis in the body, restore harmony. And then here's somebody who's free. He's found health freedom, and of course it's not only physical, Jason. I mean, we get neurological, emotional, spiritual shifts as well.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much for coming in. I really appreciate it, Jason.
Thank you so much. Good luck for the rest of the discussion.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. So now let me see. I've got something to read to you, and I'm just going to turn this around for the Facebook people as well. Now, this was very early on in my practice. A mom called me, a single mom, and she had a little boy who had been labeled autistic. And I have to say that, and I have the piece of paper from the mom. So she said I can read it all out. The little boy arrived. I have all sorts of things in my office, including precious stones and various wooden things and wood and scales and things. And it was like a whirlwind. I didn't know what had hit me. This little boy was all over the place. He was literally on the ceilings as well. And in fact, the mom had been in drug rehabilitation when she was younger as well, which contributed to the fact as well that this little boy was just on the ceiling. And the development was slow, and it was all sorts of things. And she was really, really worried because, they had really put the fear of death into her about this little boy. And she was worried about his future and being able to cope on his own and things like that. And the development was just not there. So we really set about, restoring this little boy. And we did a couple of C-Ovid, which is hydroxyQUX. We did a couple of those treatments. I detoxed, I nourished, I raised the charge of the cells, I sorted out the electrical potential of the cell membrane, and the oxygen started coming in. We put the little boy on the cell mineral vitality oxy minerals as well. Powerful oxygenator, which is a really, really highly corrosive, if you like, very, very active oxygen, which stops at nothing, accepting the natural cells of the body. So it just set to work, and it started cleaning and cleaning, and every time the little boy came, he was more calm, and he started having eye contact with me, started talking to me, interacting with me, etc., etc. Cut long story short. Let me just see. All right. So yes. So then I think I'm going to read what she's got to say, and then I'll fill in the gaps after that as well. So she says here, she's had first-hand life experience with her own child diagnosed at the age of 3 with autism spectrum disorder, which when he was diagnosed, he had no speech, wasn't potty trained, didn't make eye contact, didn't play with other children, lost in his own world, very aggressive, constant meltdowns, and constantly screaming. That's true. The only solution offered was putting her son in a special needs school, lowering her expectations for his life. She refused to do this and persevered to help find solutions for the child so that they could have a better quality of life. After 3 years of desperate attempts, this is the third year, she found answers, and he is now happy with a happy little boy who's interactive, loves playing with children. And she says it was a very painful journey. She did not want to mislead any parents. She doesn't want to mislead anyone. It takes a lot of hard work and determination. She tried almost everything until she came to 365 Healthy by Choice. And she said that he's now potty trained. He's in a mainstream school. He talks in single words and speaks in small sentences. He makes eye contact. He has friends and plays with his friends. He plays with toys appropriately. He can go out into public without having a meltdown. Can go to indoor play centers, parks, events, birthday parties. His character has character and is actually quite cheeky, is no longer trapped inside his own mind. He has full conversation. And then she says, he's improving each and every day. I'm so grateful and blessed to have him in life. And thank you, Jane. And I remember also, and I reminded her of this afterwards, is that she would go to a behavioral psychologist at the hospitals. And I remember we started the cell vitality oxy minerals, the almost gold, the microbiome reset. And she went for one of the checkups, and she just didn't say anything when she went to these checkups. Anyway, so they were busy. The behavioral psychologist there was there with an assistant, and they did the tests on him. And she said the behavioral psychologist kept looking up and down and looking up and down and looking at the file and looking at her assistant and looking. And she said, well, I think we've got the wrong file here, because this is not a child with moderate to severe autism. This is a child who is on the higher scale on the savant level. And she said to her, are you sure you have the right file? And I mean, that was just, you know, absolutely enormous. And she said nothing, because she said, you know, if she started a discussion, it was going to end up, you know, not the right way. So, of course, this little boy was also vaccinated and had everything on top of all of this. So this is a real success story, and this is a change in someone's life. So, you know, to be shifted, you know, from the illness to the wellness, I think that is absolutely fantastic. And here again, all credit to the mom. She took the bull by the horns. She understood what I was saying. She understood what the nutrients were doing. She understood the level of toxicity. And needless to say, shifted herself too. So, you know, that is really enormous. And, you know, I'm just absolutely humbled that we've been able to do this. And I've got some other ones on my phone as well with pictures, which I'm going to bring through. There's lots and lots, and we're going to go through these case studies. We're going to have people coming in and sharing. I can tell you that often people come in, they've been coughing for 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years easily. And we give them the oxygen, we give them the microbiome reset, the probiotic for the gut with live enzymes. We give them, if they need to have the RNA, DNA replica, nuclear proteins for the DNA, we give them boost the immune system, we give them a phyto C, we give them a liver cleanse if necessary, we give them a lung cleanse. Honestly, within 3 days, that cough stops, and it hasn't happened once. It happens again and again and again. So, you know, we really are onto something here. I was at the hairdresser today, and out comes the Doom. Doom is a anti-insect spray, okay, loaded with chemicals. So he sprays the pin machine for me to put the pin code in for my card. I said, well, what are you doing here? This is a hairdresser who's breathing in chemical fumes all day long. Perm lotion. He's touching SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate, all the time, which damages your liver. And he's now breathing in the Doom, and he has asthma. So I said to him, you know, what are you actually doing to yourself? Because, you know, I don't actually want to breathe that Doom in myself either. And I said to him, you know, you're literally loading the toxins on a daily basis. And, you know, let's move over to something that's going to at least detoxify you. In any case, he coughed and he coughed and he coughed after this Doom spray. So I said to him, look, I'll tell you what, let's just make a little solution with the cell vitality oxy minerals. Just hold it over your mouth. Don't breathe in anything. Let the vapor all go down the throat into the chest. And he did that for 3 minutes. And I'm telling you, the cough stopped. So that is how powerful oxygen is inside the human body to remove toxins and remove genetically modified additives, parasites, pathogens, and normal pathogens and funguses and yeast and things. So we're getting the toxins out, and that is the root cause of disease, as you all know. And those of you who are new and coming in, just to say to you that there's loads and loads of YouTubes on the Jane Mackenzie YouTube channel, and you can really find out a lot there. And there's a lot of information on usage of products and diseases and causes of disease and the real situation that we're finding ourselves in right now. Okay, and when we know and when we have knowledge, we're powerful, and we can actually put the fear to bed and be more courageous in what we're doing. So that is our aim. Absolutely. So that was just one incident today, you know, with the chiropractor. With the hairdresser. You know, another lady with bone and blood cancer. Worked with the quantum devices, worked with the Almas, worked with the cell vitality oxyminerals, the microbiome reset, the para-immune defense, herbal products, the flaxseed oil. And, you know, her bloods are looking really good yesterday, really, really, really good. And I'm going to show you some pictures a little bit later. Let's just see if the slides shows pulled through. Hasn't. Let me just double click on that and get that coming through again. Just to make sure I get it for you. This is meaningful. This is shifting. This is going to shift us, you see. No use getting stuck in the who did it and the why and the herd mentality and the sheep mentality. You know, I was very, very proud to hear this morning that the new Bolivian government have actually endorsed and are encouraging people to take the cell vitality oxyminerals. Yes. So, you know, they're onto something, and they know about it. I know about it too. We've been using it for many, 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 many years. So that's just perfect as well. Okay, then we also talk about vaccinations. And first of all, you know, we got to identify them. And that's when we use the Q450 or the QUEX or the SCIOs. And we find the level of vaccinations, we find the level of the rest of the toxicity that goes with it. And then we're able to detox with the quantum devices, and then we come in and potentiate the detox from a quantum point of view, because the food state nutrients are in the quantum spin already anyway, and get them out. And then after a month, you know, we come back and we retest. So we always do a baseline assessment of risk factors. We always get to the root cause of it, and then we realign, and then we retest. So it's a kind of a 4-step process, and we will detoxify first, get the cell membrane optimum regarding the electrical charge that it needs, and then we will nourish when the cell can take up the nutrients and the oxygen, and then the energy levels just soar. So today it's not about the products and how the products are working. Today is about the results, the end results of people who are living, walking, talking case studies. And you just see this absolute glow about them. And as I said, I'm going to share some pictures just now. Hope you're ready for it. So we've also got another one for me to read in a moment. And then also, let me just see if I can read these or read these to you. Okay, so case number 1, this is from a medical doctor. A 14-year-old brilliant soccer player diagnosed with autoimmune syndrome at the Steve Biko Hospital. Spent most of 2020 in and out of hospital. Ended up in being wheelchair bound. And I'm going to get some pictures off my WhatsApp to show you. Was put on chemotherapy due to the deteriorating conditions. In November 2020, he was started on the Almas Gold, the flaxseed oil, all from 365 Healthy by Choice, the cell vitality oxyminerals, the wound sprays. I'll show you the pictures of his skin, the RNA DNA repair, the microbiome reset, and the zeolite paramagnetic detox. Amongst of all of this big clearing, he actually survived COVID, and he's back at school. So I want to share that with you. And then I'll come back to that. There's a second case study regarding the gallstones. So let me just get these pictures. Oh, okay. So let me get the pictures up on the screen here to show you the pictures of this little boy. All right. And I'll share the screen here. Oh, I'm forgetting about my Facebook people. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So here we have the pictures of this little boy I've just talked about. Look at all those ulcerous, really, oh, I thought I could, sorry, there's too many of them. Let me just go one by one. This is inside the thumb, this is on the hand, this is on the knuckle. Actually, before we got to him, one of the little fingers was actually amputated. So we soaked with the foot and limb soak, with the cell vitality oxy minerals and the DMSO as well. Poor little boy. Everything balanced. Here he is today. Little finger went off, but look at him. He has completely recovered. He's back at school, as she says. I think that's the last one, yeah. Oh, sorry, that's something else. So, you know, that's just huge as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to show you some more pictures in a moment too. That just takes my breath away. And I just think working with the universe, working with the universe's pharmacy out there, if you like, nature's pharmacy, you know, we're able to do this. I mean, it's just incredible. And then the other case study she wanted me to read out is a 52-year-old lady. I think that was that picture that we saw, admitted twice to Carstenhof Hospital with severe abdominal pains, diagnosed with gallstones and was due for a cholecystectomy. After gallbladder flush, that's all, one product. After we flushed her gallbladder, she's as happy, she's at home, no operation, no pains, and this is a year later. That picture that you saw was a picture of her a year later. So, you know, that's just like absolutely impressive. That picture that you saw of her, that lady on the couch, no operation. And I've done this many times. I've had the opportunity to prevent a gallbladder operation, and you know, it's much better to prevent it because the huge problems thereafter with digestion of oils and fats, it never, you know, the digestion never comes right, no matter what you're doing. And so, you know, that's just huge. And thank you, doctor, for sharing that as well. I'm just wondering how I'm going to read this one because it's very small. I think I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do with this one? I'm going to also pull it up on WhatsApp. I'm going to get this one for us. Let me just find it. And then I can hopefully make it larger. So let me come back here again and share again. It's just pulling it through. Hold on a sec. And the Facebook people, I need to turn it around for you so that you can see. Hold on a moment. I don't want to lose all of you. Okay, we're just trying to bring the I'm just having to wait for the laptop. Hold on a moment. Gosh, if I lose everybody, that's not going to be fun. Sorry, it's really, really in a spin. If I lose you all, then I'm just going to pull you back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I see all of you popping back here. Sorry about that. I think I just overtaxed the system a little bit. All right. So nevertheless, I will read this one out. What I want to show you first off, and let me just hope I didn't lose the slides. Yes, I did. Bring that in quickly. Okay, so while that comes in, let's talk about degeneration of the colon. And this was also really a while ago. A young girl came in, and I'm just making sure you're all back. Right. So there we go. This young girl came in, and she had a tumor in the colon. And so all of this is pre-diagnosed. Please understand, you know, I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing. I'm not treating. I'm offering nutritional supplementation. I'm using the quantum, which is quantum medicine, which is the leading medicine. It's the new paradigm shift. And so she came and told me all of this. And she had taken a year off work, and she had gone to every top specialist she could in Johannesburg, even some overseas she'd made contact with. And she still had the problem. Within 1 month, she actually eliminated her own colon tumor in pieces over a weekend. And it's virtually unheard of. It normally shrivels up and doesn't really disappear. She actually eliminated it. And that is really, really, really huge testimony, I think, to the products that we're using and the body's innate desire to restore the homeostasis. To kick out the toxins. It really, really does want to do that. When you give it a chance, it works immediately. It works with you. So, you know, I think, you know, all these years and working with people and working with the beautiful products we've been blessed with, has really told me to and taught me to work with people, put the products in front of them, let them consume them, let the body's innate potential to heal kick in. And that's what I did. So that was another huge, huge, huge example. And I'll talk about other ones in a moment. I just want to show you some slides now. So I'm going to just move this way back onto the screen so people can see. All right, so here's the screen. All right. So that is our event and the case studies. So here's very gruesome. You can look away if you want to. This is removal of calcification. This started in hospital. You can see here. This gentleman had compromised kidney, lots of kidney stones, lots of cholesterol, and on blood pressure tablets as well, diuretics and all the rest of it. And this was a bunion that would been there for a long time. And as we started detoxifying and cleansing the body, the calcium started to come out of the skin. So it started off like that, with this normal bunion, normal skin color, normal everything, started looking like that. Then it looked like this, which is really gross. We washed it, we soaked it. This is 10 minutes later. We soaked it, and this is 24 hours later. Can you see that the black scab there, the black scab and everything moved off, and there we had the calcification exposed. It was hard, all right? It wasn't soft. It then softened and literally started just oozing, literally oozing out. So this was amazing and absolutely amazing to see, and it completely healed. I'll show you the actual healed foot in the next week. So that was just huge. And what was happening at the same time was the arteries were decalcifying, the brain, all the plaque in the brain was decalcifying, the memory was getting stronger and stronger, the kidney stones were coming out, the cholesterol was coming out. I'm going to show you some pictures now. So, you know, just huge things were. You must see the fingers. I'm going to show you. Let me go back to this quickly to show you also what happened then with the fingers. This is the fingers. So all of this is exactly what happened, right? And literally, you didn't even have to push. The calcium was just literally spewing out, odorless. It was just spewing out. And we were using the Chunkapiedra here. We were using the Cell Vitality. We were using the Oxy Mineral Drops. And, you know, lots of bandages and things because it was, you know, wet and everything. We soaked every day. So we would make a warm bowl and soak the hands in the Cell Vitality Oxy Mineral Drops, and then a new bowl and soak the feet. The skin came out absolutely new, absolutely beautiful, like a baby. The oxygen took off all the debris, all the exfoliated, all the old skin. So this was really huge, and this really, and you know, impressed me. And here is another picture of the same gentleman. All right, kidney stones and liver gallstones. Look at this. Here, the kidney stones. I actually have them behind me. I look after them very carefully. Here they are here. Let me just to show you, for those who think I don't have them, I actually do. And here they are. All right, so these are the kidney stones that were scooped out of the toilet and basically came out of the penis into the toilet. Never mind what came out of the rectum. So let's see what came out of the rectum. I hope that you got a strong guts today, because you need it to see some of these pictures. This came out of the gut over a period of more than 40, 50 days. There was 1, 2, or 3 of these calcium-filled, they're white inside, calcium-filled globules. There's a 20-cent piece coin to show you the size of it. So these were eliminated on a daily basis. All right, can you see the strength of these products? Can you see? This particular patient as well, in that hospital and that whole ordeal, whatever, had huge kidney failure in the hospital as well as liver failure. So there was urea floating around, very high levels, ammonia, very high levels. You could smell it. And went into a liver coma, died, and came back, basically. And then was on the renal dialysis, which they had to go to for, once, twice a week, etc., etc. And we got the patient off the renal dialysis as well, using exactly those same products, using the cell oxy minerals, the chunka piedra, that's to descale, the kidney cleanse from 365, and the gallbladder flush. That same gallbladder flush started cleaning it out. And I think these are unbelievable results. Here's diabetic foot. Many of these. Many. Comes in like this. It's bleeding, all the rest of it. In less than a month, actually, it's already got less, and it's gone. Today it doesn't exist anymore. So it's also with oral blood sugar stabilization and diet and removal of parasites and viruses and funguses and all sorts of genetically modified things that we find in the body. So we fix the pancreas as well, and the hypothalamus, and we also address the potential around the cell membrane. And then the body, the metabolic disorder shifts and the body rectifies. So that's just also huge. The patient walks normally. Here's one of our weight loss case studies. And you can see started off there, a couple of weeks later there, and about 6 weeks later there. So this was the weight loss box, actually, of 4 products. We did digestive enzymes, we did liver cleanse, we did the cell vitality oxy minerals, and they drank a lot of water. And this was amazing. We started an exercise program, and he clocked in, and there was blood sugar, there was blood pressure as well, and obviously loads of oil. And he also took the flaxseed oil. So wait for it. Same guy, 3 months later. And that is just absolutely tremendous. Literally shape-shifting. So it shows you what can be done. I mean, he's tiny. He's a really tall guy, and he now takes the Almost Gold, the Stress Defense Shield on a regular basis. He doesn't need the weight loss products anymore, the flaxseed oil, and the usual program that we're doing, the zeolite, the microbiome reset. So here's another miracle. That's why we called it miracle medicine. And the one doctor who shared about the little boy calls the products miracle medicine. So, we're talking about something here that's really, on another level, put it that way, really is on another level. And here's something interesting. This is dark field blood microscopy, all right? And a patient came in, didn't know what to do with himself. He'd been literally on Ritalin since the age of 5. And needless to say, by the time adolescence came in grade 8, 9, 10, 11, was on cocaine and everything. And that carried on as well, never finished school. And you see, sugar and Ritalin is just precursors for cocaine anyway. And by the way, if a child's been on Ritalin, on my quantum device, I will see cocaine. It's the same frequency, just by the way. And in any case, and then a whole long story short, etc., and couldn't concentrate, couldn't sleep, skin itches, and a whole myriad of symptoms. So have a look at the blood. This is the before and after. This is 2 weeks later. This is absolutely riddled with genetically modified organisms, parasites, bacteria, yeasts, fungi, acid crystals, toxins, and you can see the blood's a mess. The red blood cells are completely stuck together. And then when we opened up the blood more, when I aggravated it, you just saw across the screen, it was like snowflakes, just these organisms, literally across the screen. I have the videos of it as well. And here we have literally 2 weeks later. So this particular client also took the bull by the horns, and literally actually turned yellow. He detoxed so quickly. So he took the Almost Gold, the Cell Vitality Oxy Minerals, the Para-Immune Defense, the flaxseed oil, and the iodine. This is basically our COVID pack anyway. And you can see what we can achieve. I mean, this is honestly remarkable. And that's why I thought I really want to share this with all of you, because I know a lot of you want to really, really learn. And Vanessa saying amazing. Yeah, so some of the people also, some people will share also in time to come. You know, I'm going to talk about the COVID stories in a moment, but without detracting from here, there's the white blood cells. They're starting to wake up. They're starting to move across the screen when it's live, and starting to clean up and clean up and clean up. And you can see the red blood cells starting to open. Yeah, I mean, I'm speechless with most of these things, but I know it's going to work. So, and this is grounded. It's fact. A microscope cannot lie. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's in your face. It's literally a little pinprick on the slide with a cover plate under the microscope, and we look on the screen and we take screenshots. And then 2 weeks later, we do the same thing. So this guy's on his way. He's got energy. He's sleeping, and you know, there's no tomorrow for him. He's just shooting. So, you know, really, really humbly grateful to the universe for this too. Another guy at one of the top food emporiums in Johannesburg is busy making the 365 Healthy by Choice bottle straight, and he basically said to me, Jane, just help me. No, not Jane. He said to me, is this your range, etc. I said yes. He said, help me. I cannot sleep. I haven't slept for two years. He said, I'm CEO of 5 companies. Which bottle must I take? So I said, whoa, hold on. You know, we don't sell bottles here. We sell solutions, and it's a minimum of 4 products. But before we even start with that, we need to get to the root cause of why this is happening. And he stopped dead. He'd never been spoken to like this before. He said, yes, that's right. We do need to. He said, it was about 12 o'clock. He said, my wife's birthday party is starting at 3. What can we do? So I said, follow me. We came straight to the 365 center, put him on the quantum, and put his blood under the microscope, gave him the root causes, gave him the risk factors, and started realigning him. Put him on the products. Within less than a week, he was sleeping through like a baby. And I've seen him subsequently, and many, many times. He said, Jane, I've got energy. I've never been operating like this. He said, it's on another level. And he said, I'm bringing my whole C-suite Exco team to your center. We're going to have our annual beginning of the year 2021 event. I want them to come. I want them to be assessed. I want them to know their blood groups. I wanted them to see their blood under the microscope, and I want them all to have a plan, you know, so that we can realign everybody, and then we do maintenance. A maintenance would be like a stress defense shield with over 30 nutrients. It would be a zeolite, the paramagnetic rock dust. It would be flaxseed oil. It would be microbiome reset probiotics and live enzymes. It would be an Almost Gold elixir. So you just keep ticking over, and your body can expel the toxins on a daily basis for you. So, you know, that's another one. And, you know, these stories are spreading. They're spreading all over. So, you know, join the good news, as they say. Let's see some more pictures and things that I've got to show you. All right. So just before we do move off tomorrow, I am having Healing with Quantum Medicine event. It's also on webinar. It's complimentary, where we're going to be going through all sorts of things like future careers, courses to do, NPQ courses, I'll show in a moment, practitioner business in a box, and having a look at quantum courses, quantum devices, and affiliate programs. So just to tell you, tomorrow, same time. So meet me then. you know, I'm really going for it now because I just feel this impulse this year it's taken off, and so many people are also really focusing on health and nature and creating their future for themselves and not getting knocked sideways by all the stories out there. So we really got a good space and a good energy to move with, which is fantastic. So just bear with me a little bit. I've got a couple of other, couple of products because I see some of you are new. Let me just see new people in the group. I don't always see all of you, so just say hi. Then I know you're there. All right. So here are just some of the products, and as I said to you, this is not a product presentation. This is a wound spray that's used in the hospitals, in the wound wards. We used it on that little boy very effectively. This is a cell serum. It's just a refining. Here are our Oxy Cell Vitality Oxy Mineral Drops. That's the one bottle. There's 2 of them. Let me see what this question is saying. Hi. Okay, so then I know you're there. That's good. All right, here's our microbiome reset with the live enzymes and probiotics, over 80 live strains. Here's our stress defense shield. You know, the extreme performance boost has got over 40 nutrients. Can you imagine setting up every morning 40 packets or 40 bottles of stuff and putting them all together into a smoothie? Here we have it. It is delicious. And then you got your food state, protein building blocks, long chain sugars, minerals, vitamins, antioxidants, phytonutrients, boosted your immune system, got the enzymes, the hormones, the nuclear proteins all in one, activated the stem cells, activated the bone marrow, and goes on, you know. Here's a stress kit with the Almost Gold and our adaptogenic herbs. Here's our brain on box, the brain fuel. And we've got a blood pressure ease with our blood pressure vessel product, our liver cleanse, our cell oxy minerals. So let's just talk about blood pressure. Oh, I've got a classic, an absolute classic, right? One of our new practitioners, and I always like the practitioners and the affiliates to be the case study, to be the walking case study, because we need to be authentic. We are in the age of authenticity. We are in the age of objectivity. What you measure is real, and that's what we do. We do that measurement of that baseline. We get those root causes. We know which gaps have to be closed, and then we start realigning with quantum and with products. So along comes these people. They've been Googling, right? And they've got a calcification problem. They've got frozen shoulder, and they've got sore wrists and things that can't bend, and sore backs and all sorts of things, okay? So they want to come to the center to buy the product. So perfect, they arrive, no problem. We start talking, and I say to them, hey, you know what? Let's quickly do the Q450 assessment. Let's quickly get 450 readings out. Let's see what's behind all of this and the pain and also the lack of sleep. And anyway, long story short, we do the 2 people, a couple, and definitely calcification build-up. I said to the gentleman, you know, what is your blood pressure? No, he's not sure. 179 over 109. 179 over 109. And by the way, Jane, in 2 weeks' time, I'm going for my my pilot's renewal test. Help. Within 2 weeks, he went for his flight exam yesterday. Passed within 2 weeks. Blood pressure 120 over 80. I just asked him now. On the dot. 2 weeks, everybody. That is another miracle. I'm sorry. Has to be. You see, if we know what we're doing, and that's what I train the practitioners and I train the affiliates as well, and the clients. Let's know what we're doing. Knowledge is power. He wasn't on any blood pressure medication. He was easy meat. We could just work straight through and bring him down. Those people that are on the blood pressure and on the blood sugar, we work with the doctors, and it all comes down slowly, and then we make the decisions that are necessary. Let's see if I got blood sugar, the blood sugar one, because that's also a beautiful one. So don't discount this blood pressure. All nature made. Here's the blood sugar. All right. And here we used Almost Gold, the blood blood sugar product there, the Parastop, the cell vital oxyminerals. We used flaxseed oil as well, and reset and balanced and reversed the metabolic breakdown, shutdown, because that's what happens. There's weight, there's fat, there's cholesterol, liver's dirty, blood's dirty, heart struggling, hypothalamus is blocked, all the hormones, not only the insulin, it's also thyroid, it's also liver, it's also adrenal shutdown, it's just shutdown. Okay, so here's a beautiful case as well, and I'll ask this pastor if he'll come and speak to us Sunday. Came here about a year ago, a blood sugar stuck at 19. Now, for those who don't know, blood sugar should be 7 or lower, around about 7, right? And it was stuck at 19. He came in with very dark glasses. His eyes were really giving and he could hardly see. So we put him on the cell oxyminerals, the Parastop, the flaxseed oil, almost gold. He came back 12 hours later. This was a Sunday afternoon. He came back on the Monday morning with different shaded, lighter sunglasses. And he walked in. Wasn't like a blind man almost needing a stick. So I said, hey, what's going on? He said, Jane, my blood sugar is 12. Stuck at 19, down to 12 in 12 hours. Not joking with you. That is a miracle. And then within a couple of days, it went down to 9 because it fluctuates a little bit, and then it stabilized at 9 and then went on to normalize at 7. Those are miracles. So if we know what we're doing, wow, you know what, let's all get on this bus and let's move this way. We really do need to get these simple, things. So lady speechless, you guys, I could keep you awake the whole for the next 12 hours with case studies. I'm telling you, it's time. All right, let's see what else we got. This is the all-in-one I said to you. So when you've restabilized yourself and everything's in the normal ranges, on the quantum device, you're close to 100 with everything. On the quantum 450, you're in the green, and the clients all know what I'm talking about there. Then you just let everything tick over. This is your box. I've got lots of boxes. I've got a hormone box, an anti-aging box, COVID boxes you'll see in a moment, etc., etc. I don't want to spend lots of time on what the products do because this is about case studies. Here we've got let's talk about COVID. We've got boxes which have got a large number of products, prevention and symptom. We've also got little kits. So, this one is kind of half the price of that one. So we look at budget and etc. So we all know about the mRNA and the fragments. Without going into all of that as well. We act quickly. And we come in there, we give large doses, we do the almost gold, the iodine, the microbiome reset, the para-immune defense, the cell oxyminerals, and the flaxseed oil. And we drive it out. Those symptoms are gone within 24 hours, generally less than that. People sweat it out and it's over. And then we nurse them through and we make sure that it stays gone. And it does. We drive it straight out. I mean, there are hundreds, literally hundreds of COVID examples. All right. And there's no beating about the bush. Come in quickly. Because once you're in ICU, I'm wondering if Dr. Goulier is actually here. Let me just see. Oh, it doesn't matter. We just work very, very quickly and we get it out. So we want to prevent getting to that hospital because that's where the issues start happening. That's where you start going on an antibiotic, the fungal overgrowth, the mycoplasma overgrowth kicks in, and all the organisms take over that are not bacteria. Then it does come with an antifungal, but the GMO organisms are not touched. So there's just overgrowth of everything. The breath disappears. The lungs are normally compromised anyway, full of particles, full of heavy metals, sometimes silicosis and all sorts of things, asbestos poisoning, not enough mucous membrane for the bacteriophages to live in, to ward off infection, mycoplasma, kind of ulcerous sores in the lung tissue themselves. And down comes the ventilator and literally perforates the lungs. And we start getting bleeding, coming out the nose, coming out the mouth. And this cold, cold, cold ventilator air. Nobody wants to go there. You do not want this to happen. There's another one of my clients. I can bring him in next week. He called me on a Wednesday night. He said, Jane, I've just stopped gym. I don't know what it is. I've got this massive headache. I thought it was a mini stroke, or a parietal stroke, but it was on the other side. So we watched. We put him straight on the quantum, detox, oxygen overnight. Woke up in the morning, felt a bit better. At the end of that day, said, Jane, I'm coming straight to you. I want it back on the quantum and I want products. Well, we drove these GMO fragments straight out. This is a very, very tall guy, a basketball player. We never wasted time, straight out. When the garden route was hit, plenty people. Right, they don't even have to go on the quantum device. We have the nutrient-dense products that can clean quickly as well. So we really do have the trump cards. And, you know, the practitioners that are listening, and I'm really urging you to listen up here and get your stocks in and start making a massive difference to the practices that you're already successful. So you see, there's iodine, the Lyme's gold. It's the same as the para-immune defense. The 2 little bottles of the oxygen, or otherwise you can use also oxygen capsules. Let's see what else we've got. There's the little kits, and we've done that. Here's our skin range. I had a doctor trying it today as well. Absolutely, you can feel the cellular activation on the skin. That cell serum, the Ormus balm, the day cleanser, the night cleanser, the sprays, the paramagnetic clay detoxifier. Many people have skin disorders. So we have a topical, we also have a box, a skin box with the Ormus gold, with the skin cleansing, with collagen, enzymes, and all the beautiful things for skin. It's amazing that the beautiful things for the lungs, like pollen, chlorella, are also in the skin cleanse. They're also the products that are building blocks for mRNA. They're also the products that stimulate oxygen and activate oxygen usage within the body. So, you know, there are these very special nutrient-dense, high vibrational foods that are there. We have them. We even have V-steaming herbs, absolutely beautiful. We have lots of success, lots of unwinding, lots of women coming into to touch with themselves, finding themselves in meditative spaces and things. It's just amazing. And we also have an almost gold vaginal douche as well, which goes in and cleans and restores on many dimensional levels. And this male prostate soak. Okay, now all these products are on the website, okay? And you go to the shop and you'll see the therapeutic boxes and kits. You'll see the immune products. You'll see the nourishment products. You'll see the detox products. You'll see the radiation products. You'll see the quantum devices. You'll see the topicals. Okay, so it's all categorized like you're in a shop. Now, we're talking about male genitourinary infections, discomfort, prostate. By the way, the Ormus gold and that will do and there's something else we use as well for fibroids and endometriosis. Let's just get back to the male here. So we literally soak. We soak everything in a beer glass, and I can bring this client in as well. Was really laden with genetically modified parasites, etc. And literally they're coming out of his eyes and his ears, no jokes. And the same client just went for it and detoxed completely. And you know what? I really did change the destiny of these people. Their destinies are shifted. And isn't that amazing? And yeah, so we're able to do that. It's very powerful. Very powerful indeed. Right? So that's the male and the female genitourinary. Yeah, we've got our animal products and our water restructuring mats and our pond cleaners and our pendants. We've got our soil kit over there. We grow the most heavenly vegetables, berries, fruits, nuts, seeds. And here's a very important one. This is our radiation pendant, and I have mine on me permanently 24/7. Please note the design on the front, and that's care of me, care of one of my trips to Moscow, to the Urals in Russia. And that is a mold that I picked up there at RKM. You can go and Google RKM, all right? It's an ancient city that's grassed over, and it's a whole archaeological site. It's too amazing. Anyway, so that's the mold. It's in a natural resin, and then it's got the DNA frequencies, the earthing, grounding frequencies, brain harmonizing frequencies for fear, anxiety, depression, so on, all of that in there. And it's also got the water structuring crystals inside and frequencies. So this you wear 24/7 to restructure yourself and to reset the DNA permanently on a 24/7 basis. So that is just amazing. I'm very, very excited to have that. And this product I've also validated on my quantum device. So it brings the radiation down, the megahertz for those people with quantum devices. In 1 week, it brought it down. I was astonished. So that's a great one. And then just some other things here, because, you know, radiation toxicity is a reality. And I just want to say here as well, people don't know. They don't know they have it. So you can line this table in front of me with zinc and green juice and carrot juice and whatever you want. If we don't get the radiation out and stop the radiation, how are you going to get better? How are we going to stop the DNA mutating? Exactly that lady I spoke to you about with the bone and the blood cancer. 2 geopathic stress lines, a ley line and a water cross underneath where she's sleeping. That is beaming 24/7 at her immune system, at her cells, at her cell division, at the DNA, damaging the DNA. Never mind about the 5G out there and the Wi-Fi in the home and the cell phones and the 24/7, all of that. And the machines that are on in the home and the power tools and things. She has these geopathic lines. So we've got to now work out a shield, because we need technology on the one hand, but we don't need these water lines and stuff. So we also look at these things here, which are the earthing mats. All right. So she's a case in point. I've detoxed what I can. We are managing what we can. You saw the blood. I showed you the dark field. And now the next step is to go and put some tachyons and go and measure, you know, where these water crosses are and where the ley cross is, the ley lines. And then we jumps over the home. All right. For another day. So very, very important. And, you know, some of these readings of people are over 300. They should be 100. This is severe radiation toxicity. Some of them even start going red, and they're restless. And, you know, the parasites come, blah, blah. Lots and lots and lots to share here. This here is a wrist mat as well, so you can even wear it. And this, if you take your voltmeter, will go to 0 volts, which is Sherman resonance. So disinfectants here as well. We've actually got a healing product here. There's absolutely no alcohol in it whatsoever. It takes away what we call a biofilm. So when you've got parasites and GMO organisms and fungi and bacteria and stuff around your teeth, in your mouth, in your body, around the cells, on your skin, you get a biofilm where it just co-hosts all these organisms, and it removes the biofilm. That means the herbs work better, and etc. So that's very, very, very important product. This is a very, very important product. So we don't even call it sanitizer, because it's not. It's way beyond that. It's a proper disinfectant. And we've got various sizes of that anyhow. Our global classroom, we've got loads of courses. So come in tomorrow, please. Those of you who are looking for career changes, looking for a business in a box, looking for a startup, tomorrow. You got your degree, You don't know which way to turn. There's lockdown, you this, you that, we will teach you. All right, you come in, we teach you on the devices, we teach you on the products, we teach you how to run a business. Come in tomorrow, we're going to talk about all of that and find something for you. Gavin, I have the rheumatoid arthritis in front of me. I just can't read it, but I'm going to get there. I'll get there later. I will. I just want to see what's happening now. I'm sure this is live on Facebook. I'm sure it's working. Okay. So then let's go back a moment, and I'll come back to the rheumatoid arthritis definitely. There's the courses. These are 1 hour short courses. There's a great special on, and I'll tell you about that tomorrow. And here are our NPQ courses registered in the UK, level 4 and 5, and also level 6 and 7. So we look at health advisors there. We look at health therapists. You can upgrade the NPQ to a degree course. And we've got our immune quantum courses that go with the QUEX, the Adductor, the Skio. So more on these tomorrow. I just want to show you. Here's our business in a box. More on this tomorrow. How we do it, we get going. Here's our shop. So when you go online, we have an immunity shelf. We have a nourishment shelf. We have a detox shelf. We have our boxes and kits, our therapeutic boxes and kits. We have our skin cream. We have our radiation devices there. We have our quantum devices. We have our soil kits, our disinfectants, our oils and minerals. So we have everything there for the picking, put it that way. And here's the business in a box. More on this tomorrow. All right, so we can actually validate risk factors. There are our two very special NASA devices, by the way. They work in the virtual space. So those of you who are new, I can connect with you if you're in Moscow, if you're in Sydney, or if you're in Los Angeles. And I have clients all over the world, all over, global company, 24/7. We link up, we get you going. A big property client in Los Angeles, travels around the world. Before he gets on a plane, asks me to connect him, gets off the plane. As he's doing his presentation, still connected. By the time he finishes the presentation, he's got more energy than when he started before he left. The concussion from the plane, it doesn't matter whether you're business class or not, you get concussion, just by the way. So that's the same effect, and so on and so forth. So this is how we do it. And this is quantum medicine, and this is a paradigm shift. This is beyond anything anyone's known in regard to normal medicine, okay? And this is what I'm sharing with you, food state, nutrients, quantum medicine. So these are the devices, and more on that tomorrow, and pricing and things like that. And then, I think I've actually come to the end of what I wanted to say regarding that. Okay, now let me just see if I can just do this. Okay, I'm going to read what is on here because, wow, it is so tiny. This is a live reading. You see, we all write so badly. Health concerns prior to 365. Back pain. Looks like it's saying to me, just a moment. Oh, that was the problem. All right, slipped disc, right? Then she says dizziness when she got up. Oi. This is a lady who's 70 years old, who's walking and talking and acting like she's 54. And I mean, that's even doing her an injustice. Painful red eyes. Red. They were red. They were not white. Sore teeth. Sore tongue. Skin extremely dry. This is the rheumatoid lady, so just bear with me. I'm giving you all the She had to sip water permanently. So that was dry mouth. Hold on a second, I'm getting there. Had to use the bathroom 3 times a night. That's sugar. Daily heartburn. Have been seeing health doctors since 2014. And they'd given her all sorts of things and blood tests and medicines and costing her like 10,000 Rand a time, 2 to 3 times a year. Nothing shifting, staying in the same place, in fact, getting worse. The last time she saw these doctors was in November 2020, when I'd started to have autoimmune problems, pains, and frequent and very painful flare-ups and inflamed joints. I paid 3,000 Rand for a blood test and 1,500 for a consultation. And that's when I realized that I needed to find better help. Sorry, it was 15,000 in total. So she realized, this was all November 2020, that she needed help. And then she goes on to say, I'm nearly finished. Sorry, it's just really hard to read. So she says here, gosh, sorry, I'm hacking this a little bit. Towards the end of November, this is true, I met Jane at Jackson's. We were doing a quick test there, and she agreed to come to the center. And she got a whole lot of the supplements, the Almost Gold, the flaxseed, the para-immune defense, the cell oxygen minerals, microbiome reset. All right, we started her on that. We started resetting her, and she literally went for it as well. There was lots of also neurological and emotional things. And I kept saying to her, you know, are you living your purpose? She said, Jane, no, I'm not. So I said to her, well, let's start speaking about this. Let's unravel this and let's work this thing through for you. She said, Jane, this is who I want to be and this is where I'm going. And she said, you know, I'm 7. She's actually 71. And she said, I've got no way am I going downhill. I'm living my life still. So now she says today, no heartburn, healthy eyes, and that's true. They are completely white. No dizziness, no dry mouth, sleeps like a baby, very energized, skin good, and she doesn't need facial treatment anymore. Okay, so this is, I wanted to read it because it's written. I mean, you guys can see it was a very, very, very tiny writing. Anyway, this is another one of what we've achieved, okay? And I'm just going to laugh off the Facebook because it looks like it's laughed off. Okay, so I think I've really spent a lot of time. So Gavin, just to finish off with this lady. So she did everything. She actually had 2 quantum realignments, which is an hour. And really, really, as I said, she really, really transformed herself. I mean, her whole physical body looks different. You can't recognize her like that weight loss guy. And then she said to me, Jane, come on, do something. These fingers of mine, they sore and they're not moving nicely. What can I do? So I said to her, here we go. A couple of Rand. Here's a hand, limb, and foot soak. All right. Put your hands in the warm thing, similar to what we did with the decalcification patient, that older gentleman I told you about where you saw the bunions. She did one soak and she came in here. She said, Jane, look, can you see what is the bottom line of all of this? It's toxicity. All right, so it's metals, it's uranium, it's plutonium, it's ley lines, it's water crosses, geopathic stress, radiation, food additives, asbestos, halogens, chlorine, fluoride. It's medicine, it's neurological toxins, if you like. It's prions, it's biowarfare, it's funguses, it's yeasts. It's has to come out. And then on top of that, the cell's not working properly. It's not going to even receive the food, even if you do have good food, but usually not. So we've got to reset all of that and just get the whole body moving in another dimension. And you know what? We've achieved it. So Gavin, I think that answers what you're asking. And we're going to have more people that come in that have literally done it themselves. I'm just going to wait for them for next week. They're going to kindly come through, and we're going to have more and more and more people. In fact, we can even have it on a weekly, literally a real time. I think it should almost be real time where people come in. The vaccinations, there's a little girl that is with me now. Mom, I think, is listening. And she, at age 1, Mom stopped all the vaccinations because she saw deterioration in development and the child hitting her head and typical vaccination symptoms that we all know about, that we're all seeing it right now. And anyway, so we're working with her, and we're already getting results. The child's more peaceful, very intelligent child, by the way, sleeping better, not so fidgety, and more in herself and calm. So I look forward to that client feedback as well. Yeah, that's my lot for today. Any more questions? Because I see there's a lot of you. Anyone want to say anything before we go? I mean, I'm seeing here you're speechless, and it's true. It's absolutely true. And you know, I mean, there's a lot of people in here. They know they're shining examples. So what am I saying to everyone? Send the people. Let's get more and more and more case studies, because everyone's a case study. I don't need to give samples. We don't give samples because everyone works. And especially the combinations that we put together. And then we want more practitioners, more 365 Healthy by Choice practitioners out there. We want more health centers out there. We want more affiliates educating everyone on health. And I think combined then, more gyms, more other wellness centers using the products. And there's just really actually so much. Yes, Hilda, absolutely. Hilda's asking me, you know, can you use oxygen on pregnant women? Hilda, I want to tell you something. Those babies that are born are on another planet because they haven't. How does a mom detoxify herself from heavy metals? She has a baby. They a lot of them pass through to the baby. Thanks very much. Not only the mothers, but the granny, and the granny, 4 generations back get transferred down. So when the mom's detoxing and the baby's detoxing, all the baby's got to do is grow and develop. And the brain's crystal clear, the immunity's there. It's just how it should be, you know. So it's very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. So tomorrow I'm going to talk to you about the courses. I've got courses on them, on the cell vitality, oxy minerals, courses on even, you know, people running their own businesses, and then the health advisors and so on and so forth. And, you know, for those that are new as well, you know, I walk the talk. The whole center is off-grid, sustainable. We've got solar panels. We've got underfloor pellet burner heaters that's off-grid, you know, coating on the windows, roofs insulation, indigenous gardening, biodynamic vegetable gardens. And the list goes on and on and on, you know. So, yeah, so water storage tanks. So it's really been fun, and I really want to share a lot with everyone, as you know. So let's keep the Jane Live going. And if you've got special topics as well, let's have them. Let's work on them. If you've got people who are sick, bring them. You know, I've got the satellite quantum operators working with me as well. So it really is 24/7. No one needs to be in trouble. And if you've worried because you've had certain tests already and you're worried about having contracted the wrong fragments, etc., we'll get it out for you. Measurable. Okay, so that's the deal. So there we go. Exciting, exciting, really leading edge, really ahead of the game, really quantum medicine and food state. Okay, so it's about authenticity, and there's Vanessa. So she's decided to share with us. Thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa, this is absolutely true, and thank you very much for sharing. Vanessa, I think you called me in about June or July. It was really, really early into the South African lockdown anyway. And she was referred to me, and I remember we had a long chat. I was actually outside, grounded on the ground in the sun near the veggies and stuff. And, you know, we talked her through all of this, and we sent products to her, and she is living proof of somebody that actually, Vanessa, I don't even know if you know this, but the dentist that referred Vanessa to me told me that she had a 40% chance of pulling through. I don't know if you know that, Vanessa, but this was a 40%. It was April, right? It was right at lockdown. And here's living proof of a total transformation in what she looks like. She's literally like a goddess, and that's what happens. The people start looking like gods and goddesses in the true sense of the word. You literally lose 10 years of your life. The skin, it just revives, and you get a glow about you and an energy about you. Even Vanessa was telling me that she's an educator, and the managers are saying to her this year, wow, you know, your energy levels, and you're effective, and you're moving around the office. I'm just sharing a bit that you shared with me, Vanessa. So she's living proof. And, you know, these people are contactable. They're living, walking testimonies. So, yeah, it's gorgeous to be sitting here, and an honor to be presenting all of this to you. It's up to us now to take this into the world and go on the website. There's lots of training. Oh, Vanessa, I'm humbled. It was a great journey for you. Very, 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 very enormous. Enormous, enormous, enormous. But we got in quickly, and that's the difference. But if we're following prevention, it's better than waiting for when it's too late. 365 days of the year. That is really, you know, my message. We have a choice, 365. And it's up to us, isn't it? Don't worry about what the neighbor's doing and the partner and everything. Everything is about what you're doing right now. We've talked about this many, many times. And these products are the best anti-anxiety, best antidepressant, best sleeping products on the planet because of nature. And so Vanessa's also giving credit to other doctors that were along the way. So there's many of us. And yeah, refer the medical people, the health practitioners. Come, let's get trained on the products, get trained on the methodologies, train on the devices, so we can, you know, go the next level. And people don't have to be in fear. This is the big thing. You know, and make misinformed decisions. You know, as I said on the groups this morning, I'm in a position to to just demystify what's gone on health-wise, and also to, you know, inform people of any misinformation that's out there. So, you know, Vanessa, thank you for coming through, and thank you for everything you did as well to take actually 365 Healthy by Choice and the work I'm doing to the next level, because people need to actually see, you know, the befores and afters. And thank you so much. That's it. Come in tomorrow for all the training courses and career opportunities, devices, etc. Invite people to come, and then next week we'll see you again for the next lot. I just have to pick up a file and there's a case study. Every single one of my files is a case study. It's just too incredible. Pleasure, all of you. Thank you all.